Audrey Hepburn revolutionized fashion with her iconic little black dress. Grace Kelly dazzled the world with her timeless elegance. But in 2025, a quiet revolution is taking place in the wardrobes of the world's most stylish women. And it's not black stealing the spotlight. Have you noticed how Vogue editors, successful businesswomen, and even the French First Lady have been making public appearances? Brown has become the secret code of modern sophistication. And there's a scientific reason behind it. Color psychology studies reveal that brown conveys confidence, maturity, and power. Exactly what every woman over 50 has already mastered. You know that feeling of walking into a cafe, smelling freshly roasted coffee, and instantly feeling more refined? That's the same effect brown has on your look. Michelle Obama understood this when she chose that historic brown blazer, a moment that forever changed the perception of this color. If you want to discover how to transform your wardrobe with this powerful shade and receive exclusive weekly style tips that go far beyond fleeting trends, hit that notification bell and subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like if you also believe that elegance has no age, only attitude. And speaking of attitude, did you know that the same shade of brown Anna Wintour chose for her first groundbreaking Vogue cover is now dominating the Paris runways? The story behind it will surprise you. The power of brown, when basics turn into luxury. Brown, a color once unfairly labeled as boring, is proving that it's not just here to stay, but here to dominate. Studies from the University of Berkeley reveal that people wearing shades of brown are perceived as 40% more trustworthy in corporate settings, which explains why Silicon Valley executives are swapping traditional black for warm latte hues in boardroom meetings. But it's not all smooth sailing in the caramel kingdom. While some women effortlessly find their perfect shade of brown, others embark on a true chromatic odyssey, like searching for a needle in a chocolate haystack. The solution? Start with the shades already present in your everyday makeup. If you're a fan of golden bronzer, for example, that's your starting point for choosing the perfect brown blazer. Queen Letizia of Spain got the memo when she stepped out at an official event wearing a cognac brown ensemble that made black look, well, so 2023. The look went viral not for being bold, but for how subtly it communicated power, without the need to scream, "Look at me!" Something the little black dress, poor thing, sometimes does unintentionally. The truth is, brown has a unique ability to be sophisticated without being intimidating. Elegant without being arrogant. It's like that specialty coffee you sip from a porcelain cup. You don't need to be a coffee connoisseur to enjoy it, but the more you experience it, the more nuances you discover. For the skeptic still convinced that brown equals dullness, here's some news. Neuroscience shows that our brains associate earthy tones with feelings of comfort and security. Maybe that's why, in times of uncertainty, we're all naturally gravitating toward this palette that embraces us without suffocating. And no, you don't need to toss out all your black clothes, because, let's be honest, that would be a fashion crime. The trick is to strategically incorporate brown pieces, like that pair of boots that goes with everything, or that handbag that seems tailor-made for your wardrobe. It's like learning to appreciate fine wine. You start slowly, but before you know it, you're curating a collection of rare vintages. At the end of the day, brown is proving that elegance doesn't need to be dramatic to be memorable. It's that old saying, sometimes the truest power is the one that whispers, not the one that shouts. And if you're still unsure which shade to choose, remember, the best brown is the one that makes you feel like the best version of yourself, even if that means trying 50 shades of coffee before finding the perfect one. How to wear brown. They say Paris wasn't built in a day, and neither does your brown wardrobe have to be. Fashion designer Carolina Herrera shocked the fashion world when she declared, "Brown is the new black for women who know exactly who they are." And wasn't she right? It's as if the fashion universe finally realized that elegance doesn't need to shout to be heard. The trick is understanding that brown isn't just a color, it's a spectrum of possibilities. You might start with a caramel blazer thinking you've mastered the game, only to discover an entire world between cappuccino and dark chocolate. It's like those diets that promise results in a week. We all know the real secret lies in consistency, not speed. Layering textures is your best friend on this brown journey. A cashmere sweater over a brown leather skirt isn't just an outfit. It's a statement that you understand layers, both in fashion and in life. And yes, that friend who says brown on brown is too much is the same one who wore pink on pink in 2023 and swore she was killing it. Between shades and textures, the real challenge is balance. A brown too dark might make you look like a giant truffle, while one too light could leave you resembling a poorly made cappuccino. The solution? Think like a barista. It's all about finding the perfect blend. For everyday wear, a coffee brown culotte paired with a caramel blazer creates that effortless, I woke up like this, but thought about every detail effect. Add a cognac leather bag, and voila. You have a look that works for both a business meeting and coffee with friends, which, conveniently, matches your drink. The real magic happens when you play with warm and cool brown tones. Mixing them creates a visual tension, the kind of drama we want in our wardrobe, not in our lives. Think of it like a successful relationship. It needs the perfect balance between comfort and excitement. And for those still resisting brown, thinking it's a boring color, let's remember, they said the same thing about avocado before it became a brunch superstar. The secret is in how you wear it. A well-tailored chocolate brown suit makes more impact than a poorly fitted little black dress. It's like comparing a handcrafted croissant to store-bought white bread. In the end, brown is like a fine red wine. It gets better with time. The more you experiment, the more you appreciate its nuances. And if someone ever tells you you're wearing too much brown, just smile and say you're following the palette nature took millions of years to perfect. After all, if it works for centuries-old trees, it works for your wardrobe too. Brown and denim, a modern romance. When Katie Holmes went viral in 2019, wearing an oversized chocolate brown coat with jeans on a casual stroll through New York, she proved that chic casual has a new dress code. It wasn't just an outfit. It was a statement that comfort and elegance can, in fact, share the same hanger. The key is understanding that brown isn't just a color. It's a bridge between casual and sophisticated. You might start the day thinking you're just throwing on jeans and a brown coat, but by evening, you'll look like you just stepped out of a meal and fashion editorial. It's like a wine that starts off unassuming, but ends up stealing the show at dinner. Pairing brown with denim is particularly genius because it solves that never-ending dilemma: too casual or too polished. Denim keeps things laid back, while chocolate brown adds that hint of sophistication that makes people ask, "Where did you get that coat?" Even if it's the same one you've had hidden in your closet since 2022. But beware, just like not every coffee pairs well with every dessert, not every shade of brown is best friends with your favorite jeans. A yellowish brown can make you look like you're channeling an 80s delivery uniform, and that's probably not the vibe you're going for. The solution? Stick to deep, rich shades, the kind that look like they've been dipped in 70% dark chocolate. For everyday wear, try dark indigo jeans with a crisp white shirt and a chocolate brown blazer. The ultimate, I didn't try, but I look incredible look. Add a brown leather boot, and you're set for everything from an important meeting to an impromptu happy hour. Because life's too short to change outfits between plans. The real magic happens with layering. A long brown coat over jeans and a white tee is like that simple recipe everyone asks you for. There's no secret, just the perfect combination of ingredients. And if someone says it's too basic, just remember, basic is not knowing the difference between being dressed and being well-dressed. And for those still stuck in a toxic relationship with all black everything, think of brown as that friend who always gives the best advice. At first, you resist. But in the end, you realize she was right all along. Brown and denim are like a great haircut. When it works, no one can quite pinpoint what changed. They just know you look effortlessly more elegant. At the end of the day, this pairing is like a perfect espresso. It seems simple, but there's an art to getting it just right. And if anyone questions your choices, just smile and say you're following the trend that's taken over the streets of Paris, even if you're just heading to the grocery store. Because in the end, style isn't about where you're going, it's about how you show up. Brown accessories, the details that make the difference. Victoria Beckham proved her point in January 2025 when she launched an entire collection dedicated to brown accessories, declaring that details are what make design. And she couldn't be more right, especially when it comes to chocolate-toned accessories. The trick is to start small, but think big. A pair of chocolate brown loafers may seem like just a comfortable shoe at first, but when paired with cream-colored tailored pants, it creates a subtle contrast that instantly elevates any look. It's like adding a pinch of salt to caramel, that tiny touch that transforms the ordinary into something extraordinary. Croc-embossed brown leather is the cherry on top of this whole story. It's that one detail that can make a fast fashion bag look like it came straight from Via Monte Napoleone in Milan. But be careful. Just like not everyone wearing glasses looks intellectual, not every croc texture will make you look sophisticated. The secret? The deeper the brown, the richer the look. For those still clutching their black boot collection like exes they can't get over, try a chocolate brown boot. It's like swapping black coffee for a perfectly crafted cappuccino. At first you resist, but once you make the switch, there's no going back. They're so versatile you'll wonder why you waited so long to make the change. The real magic happens when you mix textures and tones. A dark brown croc bag paired with a lighter brown belt creates a visual story that says, "Yes, I understand fashion," without having to shout. It's like pairing wine with food. Sometimes contrast is exactly what we need. And speaking of perfect pairings, brown and gold are an unstoppable duo in the accessories world. It's as if the universe specifically designed this combination to make us look effortlessly elegant. A pair of gold earrings against a chocolate brown blouse creates a contrast that brightens the face without looking overdone. Or, how about a brown leather watch with gold details? It's that touch of sophistication that makes people wonder if you just got back from a vacation in Tuscany. The key? Don't overdo it. One or two gold details are enough to elevate your brown look from basic to extraordinary. But not everything in the brown accessories world is smooth sailing. The real challenge comes when choosing from the endless shades available. A yellowish brown can make your look resemble vintage furniture, and not in a cool way. The solution? Stick to deep, rich tones, the kind that look like they've been dipped in Belgian chocolate. For everyday wear, a chocolate brown handbag is like that reliable friend who never lets you down. It matches everything, elevates any look, and carries your secrets and lipstick with elegance. And if someone says it's too basic, just remember, basic is not knowing the difference between minimalism and lack of creativity. At the end of the day, brown accessories are like a great perfume. They don't need to be loud to be noticed. And when someone asks where you got that stunning bag, you can just smile and say it's vintage, even if you bought it last week. Because style, like fine wine, always gets better with a good story. How to refresh your wardrobe with brown. When Jennifer Lopez stunned at the 2021 Met Gala in a breathtaking Ralph Lauren chocolate brown gown, the fashion world went into a frenzy. It wasn't just an outfit. It was a statement that power can be soft, warm, and yes, brown. Known for her bold fashion choices, J.Lo once again proved she's always a step ahead, choosing a color often underestimated for one of the most prestigious fashion events of the year. The secret lies in understanding that brown isn't just a color, it's a spectrum of possibilities. You could start by swapping your black tailored pants for a chocolate brown version, and suddenly, your office look feels less corporate robot and more CEO who does yoga on the side. It's like switching from instant coffee to a specialty blend. At first, you resist, but once you try it, there's no going back. The magic happens when you play with textures and tones. A beige cashmere sweater paired with a brown skirt creates a visual story that says, "Yes, I know fashion, but I also appreciate a good croissant." It's like pairing wine with cheese. Sometimes contrast is exactly what we need to elevate the experience. And for those who think brown is boring, try mixing different shades in one look. It's like creating a monochromatic symphony. Each piece plays its part, but together they form something extraordinary. A dark brown blazer over a caramel blouse with chocolate trousers is the fashion equivalent of a perfect breakfast. Comforting, sophisticated, and setting you up for success. But not everything in the kingdom of brown is effortless. The real challenge comes when choosing the right shade. It's like stepping into a hipster coffee shop. So many options that you feel tempted to just order a plain black coffee to make things easier. The solution? Start with the basics. A well-cut blazer, perfectly tailored pants, and gradually explore from there. At the end of the day, embracing brown in your wardrobe is like learning to appreciate fine wine. At first, it may feel intimidating, but over time, you develop a refined taste and start noticing nuances you never saw before. And when someone asks where you got that incredible outfit, you can simply smile and say it's your secret, even if the only secret is how much you saved by swapping black for brown. Now that we've mastered the art of wearing brown with elegance, let's take it a step further. Our next challenge: building a versatile, stylish wardrobe. Speaking of which, have you seen the video 7 Blouses Every Woman Over 50 Should Own Right Now? It's a must-watch on combining practicality with sophistication. But before you run off to watch it, let's recap today's lesson. Brown is the new color of understated power. It brings sophistication, versatility, and warmth to any look. Mixing textures and tones is where the magic happens. Oh, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. After all, style is like wine. It gets better with time, but it needs to be cultivated. I've left a pinned comment with links to elegant brown-toned pieces. Yes, I'm an affiliate, which means I earn a commission if you purchase, but the price stays the same for you. It's a great way to support the channel while upgrading your wardrobe at the same time. And to wrap things up, brown isn't just a color, it's an attitude. It tells the world that you are sophisticated, confident, and that true beauty comes from within. So wear brown and show the world that maturity is our ultimate fashion superpower. If you loved this video, comment below. Brown is the new black. See you in the next video!